up, those sexy people? Welcome to another episode of Diary of a Diva. I'm your host, Nikki Gilbert Daniels, and baby, when I tell you, this woman that I'm about to sit down and have a conversation with here on this day is one of my favorite people. She is so beautiful and so talented and such an incredible energy and spirit. You know her from movies like ABronxTale, from movies like Belly, she did Preacher's Wife. She has Robert De Niro, I heard through the grapevine, was her acting coach once upon a time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge Diary of a Diva welcome to the one, the only, the incomparable, Taral Hicks. Woo!
Thank you so much
Taral!
for that wonderful introduction. Wonderful introduction.
Honey, the introduction is befitting, queen.
Thank you so much.
The introduction is befitting. I am going to start this off with the question that I know the whole world wants to know.
Okay.
Where have you been? First of all, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
You do not look like you have aged one day.
Thank you.
Your energy is great. Where have you been?
Thank you so much. You know, I have been doing life my way.
I know that's right. And it's working, honey. It's working.
Thank you. I have been being a mommy and a wife and a great daughter and a great sister.
Yes, all of the things,
and
the most important things, right?
Yeah, exactly, the most important things in life. I took some time to raise my children, and they're older now. I have a 26-year-old and a 15-year-old. Yes.
How you look at 26 with a 26-year-old,
well, thank
ma'am?
you. And I've been married to my amazing husband, Lawrence, for 26 years. And my mom, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's about 15 years ago. And so I stepped in with my dad as the role of caretaker. And that's a journey. It's a journey. And I needed time to process everything that was happening in my life. And I would say the most important things to me that was going on. And when I would pray to God at night, I would say, okay, God, I really don't know what's going on with the whole career and the things that's happening in my life. And I heard one thing back from him: I'm going to preserve you. And so now I'm here. I'm sitting in the preserved
And boy,
space.
did he preserve.
I'm like a jar of jelly.
You.
I'm preserved.
Man, you not a jar of jelly, honey. You preserved like a queen
Fine
for show,
wine,
for
fine
real.
wine, yeah.
Seriously, fine wine for show. So mom is on the Alzheimer's journey.
Yes.
And I know from my own experience, my mom didn't have, my aunt did, but my mom did end up having a stroke, and I was a primary caregiver in her life. That, how do you feel like that has changed you? How do you feel like that has changed your life?
I definitely feel that it's made me more compassionate to people and what they're going through. It's made me a stronger woman. I'm able to handle situations differently because one thing about my mom, she was a strong woman. You know, she was full of strength and courage, and she was that one that was like, no, not my daughter. Y'all not doing that.
That's
Y'all
right.
not doing
I know
that with
that's
my
right.
daughter, you know? And I had to take on her essence when her memory left and that part of her was no longer there. I became my mom. You know, wow. I gathered up her strength to keep going, to raise my kids. My mom and my dad were a great example of longevity in marriage and seeing, you know, what family dynamics should be. There's 5 of us, and they always put us first. You know, they always took care of us, made sure we had what we needed. And I never wanted to be the mom to my kids that made them feel like, you know, my career was more important than them. So I wanted to be there through all the school years. I wanted to be there to raise them. You were not going to call the nanny the mommy.
I hear that.
I'm your mother.
Right.
And I'm here and I'm present. And they understand my life now. And now it's time for me to step back into the shoes that I was walking in. And that's what I'm doing. I'm back on my journey of discovering who I am now as an artist and as an actress. And God kept his promise, and I'm here with you today.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Well, I want you to know I'm praying for Mom.
Thank you.
And I know that journey is not easy. And I applaud you for making that commitment. Do your children have any idea who you are? I mean, well, I know who you are from the entertainment industry perspective, because I know they know exactly who you are as a mom. But do they, career-wise, do they understand that their mother is a legend?
I know that my oldest son, Jaden, he does. He understands because Belly was released when he was in high school on Netflix. So it went to stream. Before it was just in the movies. But when it went to stream, you know, of course.
Bigger audience.
Yes, a bigger audience. Of course, he was approached with, yo, your mom
That's your mama?
And then he came home from school and then he was like, Mom, like, all of my friends are saying you're Keisha from Belly, and I'm like, well, yes, son, I did a movie and it's on Netflix, and that's your mom. And so the younger one, he's like, Mom, you're a movie star, okay?
Okay,
sure.
what it is your mom? Don't get it twisted, right?
Yeah, but they understand now, and they've watched me. They've watched my life, and they're just like, they're excited for me to just step back into what it is I do. I'm like, y'all good? Y'all good now? Have I been around long enough?
Like, yeah, Ma, you've been around long enough.
We've been taking care of y'all. Can we go live our lives now? And they're like, yeah, sure. Go live.
I love that. I love that for you. And 26 years of marriage, you said?
Yes.
Baby,
yes.
First of all, outside of this industry, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Within this industry, it is an anomaly.
Yeah.
Like, it never happens. What do you think the key to your longevity in your marriage has been over the years?
So, Lauren and I met when we were 16 years old. And we met through, rest his soul, Ron Grant.
Rest
the legendary Ron Grant.
Yes, legendary. If you don't know Ron Grant, you better find out.
Right, find out. He introduced us in church. He called me to sing a solo with a choir. And I went down and Lauren was playing on the organ. And I'm singing and I looked over and I saw him and I was like, oh, that was like the first time I think I saw someone my age, 16, playing, an instrument. So I was like, okay, who's this kid? And then he was looking too. And then Ron caught it right away. He was like, oh yeah. I'm going to hook this up. And he did. And we were dating and we never lost touch with each other. We dated for a couple of years and then we experienced life. We went our separate ways. I did ABronxTale. He was on the road with Mary J. Blige and we were living our lives. And then yet again, Ron had the Blue Angel downtown.
Yes, I remember very well.
I had just come from a screening of Subway Stories in Bryant Park. They aired it and I just came from a screening of that. And went down to the Blue Angel, who was standing in front. Lauren standing there. I hadn't seen him in like 4 years.
Wow.
And so, again, we reconnected, and the rest is history. Like 3-4 years after that, we were married. And we've
26
been together.
years later.
We've been together ever since. That's my soulmate, my best friend, my protector.
Yes.
And he's been that for me. He's an amazing man. And I'm blessed to have a great husband.
Baby, shout out to the great husbands in the world up in this mug.
Oh,
yes.
There are great men out here, and there are great men that want a wife, want marriage, want the family dynamic.
Yeah.
And God had, he blessed me with that. So I'm grateful.
And it takes a really strong man to be married to someone who was in this industry and not just, let's just call it what it is. His wife is fine and his wife is talented. So your husband support system work. He's also a musician.
He's a producer.
He's a producer and a musician.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys work together on music?
We do. We are working together as we speak. Now we're getting this music
so
together.
So we finna get some, hold on, girl.
We about to get this music. Yeah, you know my big bro is Troy Taylor.
Yes,
so
I love
we're
Troy.
going to come together and finally get this music out here and make it work.
We're going to talk about the music, but before we get into the music, we're going to get into the music.
Yeah.
This is Diary of a Diva after all. Let's go back some years. The very first of all, if y'all think it's just about Miss Taral Hicks, you come from pedigree in every sense of the word. Mm-hmm. Your sisters are also incredible.
Yes, they are.
Incredibly talented women. I remember my first sort of introduction to the Hicks legacies, right, was I remember hearing about Mama, I Want to Sing. For those of you who have been around long enough, there was a play called Mama, I Want to Sing.
Yes.
And was Diatra in the play at first? How did that go? Because you ended up in Mama, I Want to Sing, right?
I did.
Tell me that journey.
So we were invited to see the show. Diatra wasn't in the play at the time. We went down to see Desiree Coleman,
Okay.
and I went with my family.
Okay.
And I just remember saying, wow, this show is something like I've never seen in my life, just the level of excellence. Miriam Diatra auditioned for the show, and they got in, and Diatra snapped the lead role as Doris as well. So now they're in the show, and we would go, my mom would bring us, my mom loved to see them on stage. So we would go down to the show and see it over and over and over. We became a part of the show family because we would just go so much just to support them. And one day they were looking for ushers, and I said, I want to work here. Like, that would be so cool to work here and just, see this all the time. So I got a job there as an usher. And someone didn't show up, and they were short. I think it was like a snowstorm or something, and a lot of the choir members were missing, and the musical director turned around and he said, put Taral up. She know the show. She sings it. I see her. She know it. Put her up. So I said, me? And I'm going to be in the choir? I was so excited to just be in the choir in the play. Got in the choir and joined the soprano section, and they were doing tricks, and just, it was awesome. Loved it. And as I was there, I began to develop, my talents began to develop, and Vi and the director, they saw it and they said, okay, you know what? My sisters, they went on the road, the road side of the production, and I stayed home, of course, because I was young and in school, and they were just bumping us up. So I went from the choir to becoming a halo. Now the halos was the trio that sang behind Doris.
Right. Okay.
And so they were featured. So now I'm in the group.
Spotlight.
Right.
Let's do
I
it.
get the
Right.
spotlight. So I went from the spotlight to becoming a part of the Legends medley, which consists of Sarah Vaughan and all of the jazz greats. And this was the first time that I heard my voice amplified outside of church. Now, everybody know when you come from church and you sing on a church mic, you're not getting no effects.
Right.
You just gonna get what the
Right.
mic
You gonna
is.
get what the mic got. Acoustics in the church
right,
is
it's
what you
just
got.
loud.
Right.
But no, I had my my pack on, my in-ear, and the microphone in front of me, and I got to sing Don't Know Why There's No Sun Up in the Sky, Stormy Weather. So I heard my voice and I was like, this is my gift. Yeah. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. And then I saw the reaction from the audience. And then I got I said, this is it.
This is
it.
She
read
read
This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
She read it. So this is a perfect opportunity. It's interesting. I think it was Oprah that I first heard say, success is what happens when opportunity and preparation meet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So clearly you were prepared for that opportunity.
And I was prepared because I watched my older sisters do it right before me.
Shout out to Miriam.
And I was just, Miriam Diatra. I was a magnet. And I just, I mirrored what they did and wanted to be just like them.
And shout out to your mama.
My mama.
For like, no, come and have this experience. Yeah. Get this culture. Get this moment. So you kick butt. You discover, it's funny because I remember we've been having these conversations. Everybody remembers that moment where you're just like, oh, I like this. Yeah. Mine was in high school. I was a ninth freshman in high school. And I had a little leather pleather skirt. And I was really big on like alternative music, surprisingly. So Madonna had this song called Crazy for You. Crazy for you. Touch me once. And I was like, I'm gonna sing Crazy for You, right? That's right? Because it just, singers, we know, like, I was like, oh, melodically, I'm about to kill this, but I went to Cody High School in Detroit, right?
Uh-huh.
And I get up there and I borrowed my cousin's little pleather skirt that was actually too small for me. And I put all these beads and stuff on because I just needed to have my Madonna moment. And I got up on that stage and they're like, who is this, first of all? How swaying room as the music starts. They're like, what is she singing?
Yeah.
And by the time I hit that hook, people was on their feet. And same thing. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. This is what it is.
When you know that you're able to touch people with what you do, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
I think that's that moment where God affirms the anointing.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you do this in church. You do this at the talent shows in the living room. But this is what it feels like when you connect with people.
Absolutely. I think our gifts are given to us as an assignment. They're our gifts, but they're also an assignment. And that's to uplift, to give hope, to bring joy. Can you imagine the world if we didn't have these gifts that God gave us?
To heal.
Yeah.
And we need that healing
Absolutely.
now more than ever. I think that is a part of, and this is sidebar, I think that is a part of why as a world we're in the space that we're in now, because we don't have Prince. We don't have Michael Jackson. We don't have Whitney Houston. We don't have Aretha Franklin. We don't have those voices, those stories, those artists that heal. Yeah. And I think the world is so desperately, the creatives that heal. And I think the world is so desperately in need of it.
Yeah.
So you go from, was Mama Want to Sing Broadway or off Broadway?
It was off Broadway.
It was off Broadway. But it might as well. It was our Broadway.
Number one.
They need to start calling it our Broadway. How about that?
I don't think that no other play has lasted as long as Mama Want to Sing down throughout history.
Right.
I mean, 20-something years, and I think they still put it on to today.
Why not?
But it's
still
an
put on
awesome
Cats.
show.
Right.
And Doris Troy, it was her story, and she sang Just One Look. I don't know, Just One Look, and I felt so hot.
Oh, wow, really?
Hot in love. That's her story.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
really?
That's her story, and that's Vi Higginson's sister. And that play was based around her story and her love for church, but also wanting to become an R&B singer as well. So just, I saw me in it. I saw me in that play. You know, I'm from church, but I love to sing R&B, and I have the gift too. So God is love to me. He wants us to love each other as well as himself.
Yeah, no,
He wants us to love him first.
Right.
But don't tell me I can't sing to my husband, because I can.
There you go.
I can sing to him how much I love him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I gave it to you, sis.
Yeah.
Listen, my child, sing. Okay, so you go from our Broadway, as we'll call it, so how soon after that did you get, and was BronxTale first, or did you do something else before you did BronxTale?
No. So Mama Want to Sing, I think they lost the theater at the time, and they decided to shut down for a while.
Okay.
And when that happened, I was just like, okay, what is this life about to be? Because I've been working at the theater every weekend for the last 5-6 years. I'm making my own money, although we lived in the projects at the time, but still I was a rich project girl.
I know that's right. Boom.
Like, we were wealthy.
I can buy extra chips and extra soda. What? Exactly. And cute clothes. What you doing?
Exactly. Right. So Miriam actually heard about the audition for BronxTale, and then I saw the call for it again on the Ralph McDaniels Video Music Box.
I remember Video Music Box, yes.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? What do I got to lose? I'm not an actress. I was considering myself more of a singer back then because, that's what I was doing. But I was like, how hard could it be?
Right.
And I went down, auditioned, and so many callbacks later, I landed.
So you had to go through a lot of callbacks?
I went through a lot of callbacks, 16 to be exact.
What?
16
Hold on.
to be exact.
Were you at a certain point like, okay, at number 5, I'm like, hold on, I've been here 5 times. She
Absolutely.
went 16?
Absolutely.
But I mean, let's call it what it is. It was the one and the only Robert De Niro.
Yes.
So that might have had me go about 15 to 20.
Well, I was aggravated because I didn't know who he was. So
really?
I was aggravated. I mean, my life was in church and in the theater.
Like, what? Honey, why am I doing this all the time? Who is this Robert De Niro guy?
Right.
Like,
we didn't have cable,
right,
so
right.
I didn't... I don't think we were even allowed to watch those kind of movies back then, you know? We lived a very strict Christian life. So
right.
We weren't allowed to do a lot of things. We couldn't even watch Soul Train back in the days. I mean,
What?
no, we, you know,
wow.
everybody, you know.
So this is all God, honey.
This is, yeah, you know. But I didn't really know who he was. So,
Okay.
And I think that is probably why I landed the role.
Okay.
I was like, y'all need to know who I am.
Yeah.
I don't know who y'all are, but y'all need to know who I am. And I'm meant to do this. So can you give me the part? That's the time I was on. And I was like, look, my mother is spending all this money to come down here on this train for me. I need to get the part. We parking in parking lots, you know. I'm like, I need to get the part. And so I started praying for it. And I was like, all right, God, like this is like times number 12? What's happening? Do I have it? And he made me wait for it.
Yeah.
He made me wait for it. But I think my last prayer to him was like, look, if this is meant for me, you need to make it happen because we tired.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that.
And 2 weeks later, he called and said I had the role.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So for those of you who might be still a little milky in the breath because you're a young buck, I know. It's the Detroit in me. I'm sorry. Yeah. ABronxTale was a moment in time. First of all, like now, seeing a beautiful brown model-esque sister is kind of a little more normal.
It's the norm.
You know. But prior to that, there was this whole like, we know the stereotype of the leading girl in a project, right?
Yes.
And I just think that it is absolutely necessary for you to like lean into the fact that you represented so many brown girls who have maybe been passed over for, oh, she has curly hair and she's lighter skinned and blah, 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 blah. Always beautiful. But what did that take us back to that moment of you getting the call that you were going to play opposite? And here's the other thing that I absolutely love about this film. Y'all need to look it up and y'all need to watch it. It was a biracial love story. Yeah. Not biracial, I'm sorry. Interracial. Love story. Take us back to that moment where you got the call. Like, this is it.
I was super excited.
Yeah.
I basically was like, all right, we had to move.
Yeah.
We getting up out of these projects.
Well, hell, we're moving on up.
Right. Like, I'm not going to be able to ride the elevator upstairs because I'm about to be a star. Like, I told my mom. It's like, we got to go.
What is this elevator?
Right. Now? I was super excited. Yeah. And I later found out that Naomi Campbell had the role of Jane prior to myself. But they decided to change the cast and make the cast younger. So I like to think that De Niro wanted someone that reminded him a little bit of Naomi, and that's where this chocolate factor came into play. So thank you, Naomi.
Thank you, Naomi.
I was a super fan of Naomi. So to know that I landed the role.
She beat Naomi out for a role. No,
she was casted, but I landed the role. It meant so much to me. It opened my eyes because I remember meeting Naomi Campbell outside of Ellen LeVar's salon. I don't know if you know Ellen LeVar.
I'm not familiar.
And I was just like, Ellen LeVar is a world famous hairstylist. She's done Whitney. And my sister Miriam used to work in her shop. So I got the chance to meet some of these people, and Whitney was one of them. And Naomi was grabbing a cab outside, and I was like, oh, you're Naomi Campbell. So to now... Was this
before you got the role?
This was before. I mean, this...
So you had no idea you were about to take her gig?
No, I had no idea. So in my mind, I'm kind of like, wow, I got this role. This is amazing. And got on set, and life was just different. It was just, my eyes was just like, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Like,
I'm sure.
Like,
how I wonder where you are.
Right.
And I'm telling you, if you were ever up against Taral for anything,
oh Lord,
she done took people's jobs on Mama I Want to Sing. She done took people's gigs in the Bronx Tale. Don't try it with her, because she's gonna take your position. No, all seriousness. So you get this gig. Did you immediately go into like script work? Did they just give you a script and you're like, okay, boom, I got this? Or was there like a extensive boot camp or anything like that?
No. It was everything was very natural. I think De Niro understood the fact that he was working with natural new talent.
Yeah.
And he treated us as such. He was very hands-on. When it was time for us to say our lines, he literally was like in our face like this. Like,
so he was really actively involved, coaching y'all along the way.
Exactly. He was the director, and it was also his directorial debut. So he wanted everything to be perfect. And I just remember him telling me specifics about what he wanted, how he wanted it, and I was going to deliver it because there was no way they were going to send me back home. So I was like, whatever you tell me to do.
I'm not getting back on that Project Elevator.
It's like, I'm going to do it. And I think a fun fact, a lot of people don't know that it was literally like 9 degrees. I think that was the coldest winter. All those outside shots, and I got on that fall little coat. We were freezing. But De Niro was bringing us hand warmers over, helping us, stay in character.
Nice.
And I was just like, this is amazing. And of course, by the time I got on set, I knew who he was. I had did all my research. And I was like, yeah, this guy is a legend.
Like, he's the one.
He's the one.
He's the one. And I've heard, I don't know how true this is, but I've heard that he just really likes black women.
Yeah.
He thinks we're dope.
I mean, I guess if we look
I've heard
down
he's dated
his
a few and whatnot.
track record, I mean, no, that's the evidence. But hey, who doesn't love us?
That's it.
We're lovable.
Boom, man, boom. And it's just a testament to how, I mean, to have somebody that talented cast you in their directorial debut. And the movie was about the younger character played a younger De Niro. Is that?
Yes. The movie was a life story of Chaz Palminteri.
Really?
Yes, that was Chaz's story.
Mm-hmm. Really? And I love Chaz Palminteri.
Chaz had a real Jane in his life. And Chaz had a lot to do with why I landed the role as well. He said he absolutely.
This is my Jane.
Yeah. He said the screen tests were exactly what they needed to be. And I had never done a screen test. I didn't even know what that was. What's a screen test? Oh, right. Okay. But I learned a lot. That was my first experience, and it educated me on everything else that I did after that. I tried to do on that level of what ABronxTale was.
Right, because that set the bar. And you're like, it has to go up from here.
Yeah.
We're not going back on the... So speaking of it setting the bar, you went on to do... You had a role in Preacher's Wife?
I did a one-liner in Preacher's Wife.
That is a role in Preacher's Wife, opposite Whitney Houston and Denzel Washington.
You're right. And I got to do the table read with them, and it was amazing. I was very, very, very starstruck in that room, and I was literally in my brain like, y'all got me at this table to do one line. I'm the luckiest girl in the world right now. Blair Underwood, Denzel Washington, this one, that. I'm like, oh my God. But all I'm going to say is, it'll be all right, Pastor.
That's okay. Because you played a daughter, right? You played...
I was one of the teens from the rec center.
You were one of the teens from the rec center.
My role was actually supposed to be bigger. I was actually supposed to be in that last choir scene with Whitney. And in the script, she turned around and said something to me. I was supposed to say something back. But I landed a Just Cause, so... And
Just Cause is where you played
Just Cause is where I played Laurence Fishburne's daughter.
Look,
and
I
couldn't turn that role down, and they were so gracious enough to let me be in the Preacher's Wife for the one-liner, but not complete the role, to skip off and do Just Cause with Blair Underwood, Laurence Fishburne, and Sean Connery. And my scene is in between Laurence Fishburne and Sean Connery.
Girl, okay, listen, hold on. Let's marinate on this for a minute.
So God kept doing his big one with me.
No, what? What? Do you know how many... There are people who will never see the likes of what the rooms that you've been in and the spaces that you've been in. That is so freaking huge. Yeah. Laurence Fishburne, you've worked with all of them ones.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
He was amazing. They were excited to work with me, the girl from ABronxTale. I still can't believe that I'm the newbie on these sets, and these people are excited to work with me. So I had to digest that. And again, it was a great learning experience. Sean Connery is like what?
Sean Connery.
I mean, the voice.
Is he as good looking in person as he is on TV?
Absolutely. You know, it's Sean Connery. Like, it's a Bond.
It's the Bond
It's
guy.
Mr. Bond.
You in a movie with James Bond and then Laurence Fishburne.
And Ike
That's
Turner.
crazy. Ike Turner.
You know, he killed that role. We don't like him to this
I'm
day
trying
for
to
playing
help Ike.
Ike Turner. You know?
Nut
But
Bush.
yeah, right.
Wow. So you had all this incredible experience working on set, working in those spaces with those incredibly talented people. Tell me how Belly came along.
Belly. So I was doing videos with Hype Williams. Hype saw ABronxTale. He was a huge fan of the movie. He called me. He was like, I need you to come and do this Usher Raymond video, Think of You. Usher was the new kid on the block. And so I go down and we do all the time. It was cute. And I was just doing my little... And from there, I went on to do a Boyz II Men video for him. I went on to do... Solo, where do you want me to put it? With the late, great, beautiful Kim.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Kim.
And I guess I became a muse for him. And he was just like, Hicks, I got a role
and let's
for
be
you.
clear, Hype Williams, please understand this. Hype Williams was, and always will be that guy.
Oh, yeah.
He was the most sought after director, video director.
Video
he started.
director.
In the industry. Of the all them 90s videos with that blue black, that like he set the tone for what a dope ass, you know, like it was dark almost. Yeah. Blues and blacks and like leather jackets and just like that smooth vibe, which the Belly film had that same kind of video vibe, right?
It did. It did. It had the blue hues Keisha, and I was like, what are we doing? What's happening here? Why am I so oily? I didn't understand it. I was like, what's going on? I want to be matte. Like, I want to be beat. I want to be cover girl.
Can you please matte me out? What is all this oil?
Why are we oily? And he said, they're never going to forget you with this oil on you.
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
And he was like, and Hicks, under the blue light with the oil. He started taking the pictures. He said, look at this. He said, this is a work of art. This is a masterpiece. And I was like, okay. I guess so.
So nonchalant about all the things.
I guess,
Robert
De
Niro,
Niro,
I guess. Sean Connery, I guess. Hype Williams,
I went to school for cosmetology and beauty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't want to be oily. We want to be matte. So, no, I didn't understand
We're not frying chicken. We making a movie.
Right. You know, I didn't understand it. But from an artistic and creative point of view, looking back, it was a genius move. And nobody has ever forgotten me.
Absolutely.
I am Keisha.
He said
everywhere.
I said what I said, Taral. Yes. Put this oil on. More baby oil. Oh, let me stop.
And I just remember June was so mad too. June, the stylist.
June Ambrose.
Yes, she was like, this, y'all putting oil on this La Perla lingerie set? Do y'all understand how much this is? She was just, he was like, okay. Well, I was like, I'm just the talent here.
And I
don't have nothing to do
That's
with
it. That's it. And he was not lying because it was iconic.
It was a moment in time.
Unforgettable.
Yeah.
Unforgettable.
And let me just shout out all the Halloween Keishas. You know, y'all be coming out for Halloween.
And by Halloween Keishas, they be fine Halloween Keishas, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And it's just such I remember when I first saw it, I was like, what is this? And it's like, I think everybody's reaction is like, what? Oh, this shit. Wow. It was just so quintessential New York, you know?
And he went on to use that actual technique on Lauryn Hill's video when he had her under the blue light.
I remember that
and it was so gorgeous. It was so gorgeous.
And
it became a thing, a little, you know, his thing, I would say.
That blue black, but that sexy blue undertone black. So DMX was in this film. What was it like working with DMX?
DMX was so professional, so on point, so serious about getting his part right. He was not DMX on set. He wanted to be called Earl.
Come on, my name is Earl.
He was separating the rapper from the actor. And it was great working with him. It was great that I had that opportunity to spend that time with him to understand just what a genius he was.
Wow. That's
He was a
amazing.
genius.
Yeah, he was a genius. Rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace. He was always so kind. And what I do remember about him so vividly is that he loved Aaliyah. He had a car with Aaliyah's face on it, if I recall, like airbrushed or whatever, which is huge. So yeah, so many we've lost. It's so good to still be here. Thank you, God.
Yes. And God bless his family.
Bronx Tale, Hype Williams, Belly, like all of the things. Were there things in between other film projects and stuff that you did, or what? How did the transition from this amazing superstar talent to, you know what? Let me live my life a little bit. Let me experience. Was that a conscious decision?
Well, you know what? Between the movies, I was signed to Epic first.
Yeah, label mate.
Yes, that's when we met.
Yeah,
I was
label
signed.
mate.
I was like, oh my God, this is Michael Jackson's girl group. What? Oh, they're about to be stars.
Yes,
They are about to be stars. And look at
and
y'all.
all the buzz
Brownstone.
was Taral Hicks. Oh my God, Taral Hicks. I was like, okay, was Randy Jackson a part of your bride? Who
No,
did you have
Dave Massey was my
Dave
A&R.
Massey. Dave Massey.
Dave Massey was
yes,
my
I remember
A&R.
Dave Massey. He was British or something,
He was
right?
British.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
he was
Yeah.
British. Epic didn't really know what to do with me. They, you know, I'm like, I'm from the hood. I want to make music like Mary J. Blige. I want to make music like, you know, like Brandy. But they wanted me to be pop, and they just really didn't know where to place me. And then Andre and Dice Ramdani saw me. Again, Ron comes into picture because I was singing at Chaz and Wilson's.
Chaz and Wilson. Shout out to Chaz and Wilson.
And they were there, and they immediately brought my contract from Epic, signed me to Motown, and Silly was born.
And baby, let me just say this. You know, when there's certain records that people just ain't supposed to do, right? Because it's just, but when I tell you, when I heard your version of Silly, I was like, oh, she got chops. She know what she's doing. How was that experience at Motown recording?
Dice brought me Silly. I think Silly was like the last song we recorded because we needed a single. He's like, we don't have the single yet. What is the single? We need a single. And he brought me Silly. Eddie F. had heard it. And Eddie said this song would be perfect for you. And I heard it and I was like, okay, yeah, it sounds pretty easy. I could do it. I think I could do it.
Who does that? Silly? Denise Williams? Sounds pretty easy. I could do that.
When I heard the song, I was like, my voice sounds like this lady.
It does.
So I was
Spot
like,
on.
okay, this is perfect. Went in with Eddie, we cut it, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
You know, I honor Denise Williams. She's a magnificent writer.
Absolutely.
I mean, her writing skills are ridiculous, and
I don't think she doesn't get enough credit for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy that I can lend my voice to her song and bring it to life again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. Dope. So when did the break happen? When did you decide? I mean, you know, we're calling it a break just because we didn't see you on TV and all that stuff all the time. When did that happen?
So Motown folded because Andre Harrell, they gave him the boot and he moved on. And you know how the record industry is.
Yes.
When that president is gone, they start weeding out. And I had a great lawyer, so I didn't mind leaving because I was like, okay, I'm leaving. Y'all gonna pay me. Because I'm not going back to
that part.
not having what I need.
Right.
So I was like, okay, we're letting this go. Fine. And I went my way and everybody went their way. And then I got married, my children, and you know, did plays. I did on Bam's Place with Tyler Perry and did some independent stuff. And then my mom happened and I was like, okay, I need to just figure out what's happening with my life right now. And I, you know, it was a break and it's probably long for everybody, but for me, it hasn't been that long for me because I was so occupied in that time, you know, doing life. And I think a lot of us don't stop to do life. Everything is career. And we don't stop to do the simple things in life. And people say, well, you can't have it all. You can have it all. It's just how you want it all. And I'm grateful for my life because I feel like God sprinkled every area. He gave me a little bit of everything. I wouldn't want to be this mega star and not have my family. So if I could be a star and have my family too, give me that.
That's all of it.
You know?
That's all of it.
And I had to prioritize what is important to me. My gift is always going to be important to me, but God also made me a promise that I will have it. He'll keep me. He'll preserve me.
That's it.
And so, yeah, that's what the break was about.
That's what the break was about. Life,
It's
family,
about life.
love. And during that break, let's just pivot. Let's hit that corner in them Lolos, girl. During the break, I remember reaching out to you and I was like, she's never going to do it. She's never going to do it. She's never going to do it. I reached out to you and I was like, listen, I know we met many years ago. I have this play. It is called Soul Kittens Cabaret. And I am putting together a little workshop in Detroit. And if you would, could you would please? And you're like, sure, I love theater. I love music. And you showed up. And I have to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Taral, because to have someone of your caliber say yes was so huge for me. And just so y'all know, it's been around for a very long time because this was very early 2000s.
It has.
And this very, very early.
This girl was running a boot camp like Motown, okay? She had us in the gym. We were going over scripts. I mean, I met some amazing women, Monifa, and it was a cool time. It was a cool time.
And I'm just really grateful because that was super important, and I mean, lots of things have transpired since then.
Yes, absolutely.
As it relates to the brand, I believe like you believe. God does not bring you to it, not to bring you through it.
Absolutely.
And the life's rejection is God's protection.
Yeah.
And He will also bring you to your knees to make you pay attention to what's important.
Absolutely.
And as much as I dedicated myself to that process and having gone through what I went through, I don't have any real regrets because I've had the opportunity to work with really amazing women like you. And we all know, right?
Yeah.
We all know that there was a story many, many years ago that we all poured something into.
Yes.
And I don't think that ride is over. I'm also fast forwarding a little bit to another time. I was like, you know what? I wonder if Taral Hicks would consider. So we can say this now. There's a scripted project that I am super excited about. Once again, came begging up on some shit. Taral, I got this idea. It Girls.
Yes.
And again, it was another, just like, so, I mean, I know for you, and it's interesting because I had just had this conversation recently with another amazing singer. Like, do you know what you mean to the culture and what you bring to the culture? You're very not of this industry that way, even though, I mean, when you look at your family and your background, it is in your DNA, no question about it, and your gift. But do you understand the impact of your contributions to entertainment?
You know, I do. I'm very proud of the things that I've accomplished in my life so far. I'm not done. I feel like, again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm on assignment. I have an assignment. And whatever comes from this, I just want it to be good. I feel like God put me here to be a light.
Wow.
And so I want to be a light in the industry. You know, I want to be a light, and I want to give hope to people who carry our gifts, because it's not easy.
It is not.
It's hard. It's going to be hard.
It is not easy.
We're often tested. We're challenged. We have haters and we have congratulators.
Yeah.
But you got to stay strong in this. And I've watched things change. I've watched the industry change. There's no more labels the way there used to be, you know? You pretty much, you're self-made now.
Yeah.
And I think that God preserved me for such a time as this, you know?
God preserved you for such a time as this on your terms, for sure, for sure. What is this time for you now?
This time for me is being authentically who I am. And who I am is a creative. Who I am is someone that's full of love, full of light, and just ready to put my sound back into the earth.
Ooh, I love that. Put my sound back into the earth. What does that look like for you?
Ooh, that look like fun,
I love
enjoyment, good times,
good music,
celebration,
good acting, good all of the things.
All the things, all the things.
That is so refreshing. It's again, it's kind of a through line through some of these Diary of a Diva conversations that I've been having, because to hear you say fun, to hear you say putting your gift back into the earth, it is inspiring for me because, I've had little breaks in between.
Yeah.
And I'm all family and somebody grabbed 2 grandbabies and all, but I just, the feeling of like wanting to pour more of my gift into the world, I feel inspired by women like you, women like Lisa Lee, women who feel like, no, there is so much more for me to give. And it's not, I don't think it's that I haven't had a break, because I was having a conversation with Lisa Lee. She's like, I ain't took a break. I've been doing this since 1985 and there ain't been a break a day.
It's a legend.
And that's just, it is such a blessing for you to have that perspective on life and career, because you do have it all. And by have it all, I'm not talking about materialistic stuff. I'm talking about the gift, the family, the love, the respect from this industry. How have you been able to navigate the industry not making you jaded or making you like, I've never heard like, oh, Taral, she own that stuff, or she been drinking, or how have you managed? Is it your family? Is it the grounding that you've managed to just stay above all of that, but still be very relatable and still very humble?
I definitely think it's my background. It's the things that my mother has instilled inside of me. And it's my faith. It's my faith. I'm not Jesus, but I follow his ways.
What would Jesus do?
Yeah. And I am that type of person. What would Jesus do? So I don't know. I know we're in a time right now where we're all looking at Michael's life and what he represented and the purity of who he was.
Yeah.
But there are good people on this earth.
Yeah.
And I want to be a good person.
Yeah.
And so I'm not the person that is out here trying to put bad on anybody or do anything bad. I mind my business. I drink my water.
I drink water and mind my business.
And I want to be a sister. I want to help.
Yeah.
I'm a helper. And that's who my mom was.
Yeah.
And if I can help, I will. I'm never too high.
Yep.
To where you can't reach me. And my family won't let me ever be too high. They be like, girl,
I know that's right.
You may be that out there.
Right. But over here, this is who you is.
Okay. So, it's better to stay grounded than to have a big head, because the big head
is a lot of weight on that way down.
It's a lot of weight. Because it just keeps getting bigger, and then it pops, and then you're all depressed.
That's a whole thing.
No.
That's a whole thing.
I like to live a light, soft life.
I love that. And that's the light part is what people leave out when they're having that soft life conversation. Light figuratively and literally. That is what you embody, Taral.
Thank you.
You embody light and love and talent. Are you working on new music? Are you and your husband working together with your brother Troy on some new music? Are we getting some new things?
We are working on new music.
Yes.
I'm so excited to release this sound. We all have a sound, and to do a collab together, I just believe that sound is going to be dynamic, because you already know how Troy is. You already know.
Yes.
And Lauren, musically, my husband's a genius. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be biased, but
on,
my husband's a
BB.
genius. He's amazing.
Yeah.
And he's worked with some of the best out there, from Teddy Riley to Swiss to Rodney Jerkins. He's on J-Lo's album, Genuine. And, so we have a collective talent, and now it's just time for us to bring this thing together and do what we were called to do.
Baby, now see, that's a woman who loves her man.
Yeah, I love my man.
Because you know what I'm saying? I just think your story is so powerful. And our next generation of actress, singer, performer, women of color need to know that longevity is real, need to know that you can have a career and a husband and children who love you, and you can take care of your parents, and you can have the support of your siblings. And I just think you are a really incredible example of perseverance and the gift, and a Black woman who I believe will inspire. You've already done it, in your career, and I think that this younger generation needs to know what that looked like, because it looks damn good on you. Speaking
you
of
so
damn good
much.
on you, I've been following you on Instagram stalking, and
Yes.
you got some makeup, girl. I'm like, wait, Taral is doing cosmetics? Are you doing
I
cosmetics?
am. So I went into partnership with Selfie Cosmetics.
Okay.
Shout out to Nicole Harding and First. And
Okay. Shout out
I
to First and
created my own lip line, the Taral Hicks collection. So
Ooh, I love a lip line.
have some for you today.
You brought me something?
Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Here you go.
Oh, boo.
So-
The packaging is all the things.
Thank you. And it's high.
Oh.
It's new technology. It has a mirror. It has a light. So if you're in a club,
Wait, let me open
it
this up. Let me open something up.
Yeah, open it up.
Sassy Bronx.
Yes, so the names are very memorable.
Okay.
Sassy Bronx is because I'm from the Bronx and I'm sassy. And so this is for all my sassy girls out there. Yes.
And the mirror in this look. Ah.
And there's a plain Jane. We ran out
What's
of plain
plain Jane,
so
nude?
I gotta send you plain Jane. Yes.
It's a nude?
It's a nude.
Of course
plain
you ran
Jane.
out of the
I'm
nude
so
because
sorry.
everybody loves
Yes,
nude, but this
everybody
red
loves
is
nude.
redding.
There's
Oh,
a
gosh.
Fuchsia Dreams and Pink Tings. And it's a
So-
vegan product. And they approached me and I was like, this is great. Yeah, of course. So yeah, let's do it. And
I love that.
So it's nice to see my name on my own product, lending these beautiful colors to our community.
I love that.
Mhm.
And coming from a Black woman who understands all the complexions and what we need.
Because we don't look good
And
in
they're
everything.
vegan, you say?
They're vegan.
That is huge.
vegan.
And this is the Taral Hicks collection for Selfie Cosmetics
Yes.
lip line. So are there other products in the launch coming
Well,
at some point?
I'm gonna be working on some skincare products.
I love
and,
that.
How to stay looking young, girls.
I know that's
You gotta
right.
take
And
care
I
of
would buy it
yourself.
because
Thank
you definitely have been giving gifts. And I love that you are starting off with a product and then you're going to move that and make that happen.
We'll build
That's
from
huge.
there. We'll build from there. Well, fun fact too, I took up cosmetology in high school. So this as well has always
so this
been
is a natural
part.
progression
It's been
for
a
you.
part of me, yeah.
Yeah.
If this life didn't happen for me, I was gonna be in a salon, honey, working on
You know,
somebody's
I
head.
said the same. Terrell, I said the same. I promise you.
Why is it that
I'm
us
like,
creators
why are we-
want to do
I'm
hair?
like, if I wasn't a
We don't
singer,
do
I would
that.
be doing hair and makeup
Yeah.
and glam somewhere. For
High
real.
school,
Like,
it was my trade. It was my trade. So I
Really?
was always going to be in beauty some kind of way. But it's okay. I'll be the beauty. I'll just be the beauty. No problem.
well, today's episode of Diary of a Diva, sponsored by Selfie Cosmetics,
Yes.
the Taral Hicks collection. Get you some.
Yes.
I love that. What do people not know about you that you would like for them to know about you?
Wow. What do they? Let me see. That's a good question, Nikki.
How do you work out? Do you
I
anything?
do. You know what? I just started this journey of strength training. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the way my body is responding to it. I feel stronger. I feel healthier because, again, women of a certain age, get in the gym. Stop playing. Just get in the gym.
Stop playing.
Get in the gym and lift those weights and get your muscles toned. Because if you don't, they'll be like rubber bands and pop. And you'll be looking, and you don't want to look
Don't
like
play
that.
with
So, yeah, we have to stay strong. We have to take care of our bodies. So I'm definitely on this health journey.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. When we're young, we're
Yeah.
like, gym. We don't need the gym.
Right,
we don't
right,
think
right.
about it. But it's very important. It also helps you clear your mind. And for the mental health community out there,
Yes.
it is also a way of preventing
Absolutely.
Alzheimer's and dementia
Absolutely.
by
Absolutely.
working out, strength training, and memorization of certain reps and things that you're doing. It helps to build the brain. So, fun fact.
See, and those are the messages that our youth, especially the women coming up in this
Yeah.
industry, need to understand. It is
Yeah.
so important
Lay
for you
off
to
on
have
the
your
Botox.
mind, lay off on that Botox.
Botox.
Because ain't nothing of Botox, honey. We're not doing Botox. We're doing
See,
Selfie
when
Cosmetics
y'all-
Taral Hicks
right.
collection.
When y'all say
about it?
90s fine, 90s
That's a real
fine
thing.
is a group of women who we accept ourselves for who we are, and we're not injecting ourselves with everything under the sun.
That is
That's
so
90s
important.
fine.
But what's interesting is that the machine, which is what I'm working so hard to just add another conversation to, it promotes all of that because,
Yeah.
it's just like pharmaceuticals and medicine and your health. They want women to get Botox and injections and this is and that's and the thirds. This has been a wonderful conversation. If you could go back and change anything about your career, would you? Or do you feel like you're exactly where you need to be as a result of your journey and what it's been?
I feel that I am exactly where I need to be.
Thank you.
That's what I
Me
feel.
too.
I feel like life has taught me a lot. It's made me wiser. It's made me stronger. You don't get to become those things if you're not going through anything that teaches you.
Come on, Taral.
So I've been taught a lot. I know what I want out of life now, and that's what I'm going for. And I'm on his time, his will, and I'm just obeying the commands.
Order,
for my
steps, and
life.
obedience. I know
Yes.
that's right. Wow. You are an inspiration.
Thank you. You too.
I wish you the very best in everything you do.
Thank you.
I cannot wait till the day we get to set. And please give your sisters my love.
I
Please give your
will.
mom. Give her a hug. She don't even
I
know me, but give
will.
her a hug from me.
But you had that
And-
conversation with her on the phone. 'cause
Yes,
you
indeed.
set it
right,
up
right,
with
right.
her.
Listen.
She was my manager, and she was very much involved.
Listen.
So, yeah.
And thank you. Just a second thank you for
I
that.
will.
That was so, so important. And Taral, the sky is the limit.
Thank
I
you.
feel like you're just getting started. And this is
Yeah.
just the beginning.
Mhm.
And you have so much to offer. And I'm just so grateful for you once again
Thank
to
you
show
so
up
much.
when listen, I done asked you, look, I'm always asking for a favor. Can you do Soul Kittens? Can you do It Girl Scripted? Can you do R&B Divas? And can
That's
you
because you are a mastermind, and
Thank you.
you're creative
Always
like
working
no
on something,
other.
yeah.
Like there's always something
Oh.
engineering in that brain of
Yeah.
yours, and
Yeah.
that's what you were put on earth to do. So
Yeah.
you keep going.
I really thank you.
For
Thank
real.
you, sis. Thank you.
Yes.
God bless
yes.
you. Thank you.
God
Thank you.
bless
Thank you.
you
And I
too.
can't wait to what we're about to do so much together.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and the only entrepreneur, mom, wife, daughter, sister, superstar, legend, the
Oh,
Taral Hicks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
It's Diary of a Diva, y'all. And get ready for that record. This is awesome. Yes. Get ready.
Ooh, this is my diary. I'm sharing with you. This is my journey, my cross to bear. I know the truth because I was there. You think you know, but you have no idea. This is my diary.